Hello out there, everyone. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me a time of your ear, listening into another Gamer's Thoughts Live. And this one, okay. So, the UK retailer Game is blaming Nintendo and the Switch having troubles being stocked on their own financial problems. I mean, it couldn't be that one, you have some shitty business practices. Two, there are better companies out there. Three, you overprice some of your stuff for the general populace in that area. Four, you maybe don't know how to run a business properly. I mean, yeah, there's shortages of the Switch, but at current, it's outselling what Nintendo's expectations were for it. So how is it that you, as a retailer, are going to have bigger expectations for a product than the company that makes it? I want to know how that works out. So there's no way you could have hinged your whole store's financials on the one product that, one, you don't even really stock much of this company's stuff in the first place, as evidenced by looking at photographs of inside their stores. The Nintendo section is small in comparison to everything else. So, for one, people wouldn't think to go to you for Nintendo stuff anyway, because your sections are so small. Then on top of that, you, in general, if it's selling better than even Nintendo expected it to sell, how is it that's causing your financial problems? I don't get that. Those things don't correlate with each other. They don't. Because it was like, you must have thought Nintendo was going to save your ass. And for the most irrelevant company in the industry, so many people depend on them. They depend on them to bring new ideas to the forefront. They depend on them to innovate different ideas. They depend on them to sell products, apparently, because, I mean, don't you sell PS4 and Xbox One and accessories for those devices as well as games, and you still can't make money? And they don't just sell games, if I remember correctly. They sell, like, they do the same thing that GameStop does, and I think they're actually the same company overall, but I don't know for sure. But they sell, like, smartphones and things like that too. So, like, you have other ways to make money. And I'm seeing your comments, Haruhi. I'm not ignoring you. It's just like I wanted to get that spiel out first before I start like addressing comments. It can sell out. It could outsell the PS4, and game went busting all shit. I actually remember hearing about that. Yeah, they're definitely reckless. Man, I'm just like so. Like, I don't get this. What I don't get is this. Nintendo stuff is their smallest section. Their smallest section in their stores. So how could you hinge making money, your company making money, off of the product you sell the least? How is that smart business? Like, that's dumb as hell. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. I'm just like, wow. This is one of those situations where I'm like, you don't think it could be like anything else at all. Like maybe a competitor doing something better than you do, or giving out deals that you don't necessarily give out that might be driving other people to go to those particular outlets and retail stores, or even online shops. It's like, I don't. I just. EB Games Australia. No, it's not dying. That's why Nintendo and EB Games Australia own a store in Melbourne. I almost said Melbourne. I'm sorry about that. I read it right in my head, but my lips didn't want to say it. I don't know why. Yeah, EB Games. The bad thing is, in my area where there are tons of GameStops, they used to be EB Games, and then they got converted into GameStop for some reason. Oh, like y'all, you didn't have to do that. Y'all could have left the store names the same. Like we know that you're all the same business. You could have left the store names the same, and left those stores to operate the way they did before, where they were really successful. I don't know. But I'm just like lost on this. Like, how do you, how did you go and say the company you sell the least amount of product for? You sell the least amount of product for them. Like they're like your smallest. They're like the smallest thing. They have the smallest amount of product you sell. Like you don't stock a whole lot of their stuff. And with the Wii U situation, I could have sworn that Game just like outright stopped selling Nintendo's hardware. They sold games, but they stopped selling hardware. So most people probably wouldn't even think to go there to get a Switch, even if it's stock. They probably wouldn't even go there to get one. They'd be like, well, I remember what happened last generation. Wii U didn't do too well. They stopped selling the systems. So first thought would be, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go to somewhere else that might have, like, that might be selling at least the home console front. I would go somewhere else that would be selling the home platform, because that's what they consider the Switch. It's their home platform that you can move around with you. I just, like, it's like there's like sense and understanding and logic lacking somewhere. Like, and that was just a BS excuse to throw out. Like, you gonna blame a company who literally has nothing to do with your financials for your company starting to tank. I don't see that happening. Because if that's really the case, then Nintendo should be losing money, not earning it. That's what I'm like. I'm like so lost on that. I don't get it. Like let's pass the buck on to somebody else who has nothing to do with how our financials are handled. It just makes me like my head is just like, it just needs to blow up, and not because my mind is blown, but because it's so stupid that my head combusts because of the stupidity. That's just wow. It's just like you can't fix that level of stupid. You can't. You just can't fix that level of stupid. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nintendo will use its own stores to sell Switch and a whole host of other stuff well after competing stores are out of business. But that's just, it's just like, that was just dumb, and they ran with that Like, wow. Yep, definitely Amazon. Amazon especially, and eBay. Like there are tons of other places to sell online and brick and mortar. There are plenty of other places to sell their stuff. Nah, I wouldn't say game is, well, as far as recklessness, I would probably, yeah, I'd say game is very much like THQ, but THQ wasn't as I guess restrictive in policy as far as like how they put their games up. They put their games out for everybody. Whereas game kind of just like shunned one company, and then expected that company to somehow make buku bucks for them. I like, no, that's just dumb. That is just dumb. And apparently their product, the stuff that they sell for Xbox and PS4 isn't doing all that well. Which again, that's just like, how can you blame Nintendo for you doing poorly? Well, how do you blame Nintendo for you doing poorly, but the other platforms, as far as what you sell, they're also doing poorly? That doesn't make sense. Like you're not making as much money on any of this stuff, anything in your store. So there has to be something fundamentally wrong with how you run your stores. I'm not going to try to understand these dumbasses anymore. It's just, like, I've tried too hard to understand stupid people and dumb companies. Like, and I think I just need to stop before my brain shuts down from lack of intelligent thought and information. That's so wrong of me to say, but it's so correct at the same time. But I don't have a whole lot more to talk about with game and being dumbasses. You can go to the link in the description that I put down in the description. It's to Eurogamer's article. Because I got to that through two other things. I got to it through NeoGAF, which led me to My Nintendo News, I think, and then that led me to Eurogamer. So I gave you guys the source. Eurogamer.net is where it was posted. And actually, nope, they're not even the source. GameIndustry.biz is where it actually came from. So I think I'm gonna add that to the description. That way you can get the whole picture of what's going on. I'm gonna add that in. I completely forgot. That was my fault. I'll add that in a second. So my description should update in like a little bit. Yeah, they are. They're pretty much down the drain. When you have to blame another company who is not financially tied to you. Oh, man. Alright. Article 1, well, I have it listed as Article 1 is the Eurogamer thing, and is say main source is the GamesIndustry.biz article, which I'm saving that now, so anybody who refreshes, it should be down there so you guys can see it. But yeah, I think I'm done. It's like more and more we have idiots just trying to say, hey, we're a good company, even though we're failing everywhere. We're a great company. No, I'm done with you guys. But that's it. Yeah, they're definitely not gonna please anybody. Like they've already messed up too badly to get a whole lot of people to back them. So I think at this point in time they need to start working on figuring out how their exit strategy and how they're going to reduce the amount of money they're losing. And maybe get out of the industry. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. And Haruhi, thank you very much for giving me a long stream of comments to be able to respond to. But everybody else, peace out.